It'll be fine.
Actions have consequences.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
The consequence of my action is a bunch of people in the chat mad at me. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That's going to show me something. That's going to learn me.
It should.
What'd you get into yesterday?
Ice dancing.
A word?
Dedicated a lot of my day to ice dancing.
Okay.
Including listening to a podcast leading up to the ice dancing.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
You are vested in the ice dancing.
We got a lot to get into. Christine Brennan.
Who's that?
That USA Today writer, the journalist, the one who writes for Caitlin. Yeah, she went in.
She went in. I read that article.
I was like, maybe I'll forgive you for the Caitlin Clark stuff.
Wait, what did she say about Caitlin?
She went all in on Caitlin Clark and was writing a book and saying that the world revolved around Caitlin Clark. You don't remember that?
No.
Oh, there was a lot of drama.
Check this out. Caitlin Clark is a star, and a lot of different things orbit Caitlin Clark, including us, by the way, including us. You can't expect me to keep up with everything that everybody says about that lady. No, I got stuff to do in my life, man.
It was clear because she was writing a book.
Okay.
But then would say things like Caitlin Clark should start her own league.
That was that lady.
Yeah,
okay, now I'm
She's
back.
a really established sports writer. It was an odd turn into, it almost felt like a grift to some degree.
Yeah.
Well, when you write a book,
Yeah, you got
but
to do something to get the conversation
I'm
going.
back on her side. I'm back on her side because, she's telling the truth.
She went in.
She went in on the travesty that happened at the Olympics
bottom of the
last
article.
night.
Was like, wait, there's no more?
Yeah. It just leaves
more
you.
from you.
I know. She did a podcast with the woman who was that guy's partner who quit yesterday.
You listened to it?
Yes, I listened to it.
Okay, you got to send that to me. I want to listen to it.
It's 45 minutes. I'm not kidding. I got so
Is it good?
I'm sitting in the parking lot at Soulsville yesterday, watching as much of the ice dance that I could before I had to go in. I finally had to go in for mentoring, so I wasn't able to watch the end. So I watched the end on prime time, even though I knew what happened because my timeline is just ice dance now.
Okay. Is that your fault that mine is
Probably.
also?
I don't know. I can't tell if it's a real.
Woke up this morning at 2, and that's all my timeline was the French and ice dancing.
Well, they cheated. What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, February 12th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, the Memphis Grizzlies head into the All-Star break, coming off a loss last night to the Denver Nuggets. We will get into all the happenings. What's ahead for All-Star Weekend? We'll go around the NBA, college basketball as well. Teresa Walker will join us to talk Grizzlies, Super Bowl, and more. We will get into the Olympic action from yesterday, including the cheating French stealing a gold medal from Team USA in ice dancing. We are also drafting Winter Olympic sports in honor of the Winter Olympics that continue to go on. We'll do some Theater Thursday, the latest in movie news, what we are watching. It is a Thursday. You know what we say. Chok and Bates forever. Chok and Bates.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
I risk my life to tell y'all these truths.
Cat Williams is back. Brand new material, a new tour, and the same legendary laughter he's delivered for decades.
Nick Cannon got 136 children, Jesus. Did you know that?
Always classic, always Cat.
White people are friendly. You can call them at 3 o'clock in the morning with the wrong number and they won't even be mad at you. Hello? No, I'm sorry. No Shaquita here.
The Golden Age Tour, March 6th in FedEx Forum. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey Grind City, got uninvited house guests? When it comes to bugs, we don't bluff. We Terminex it. Don't let a pest problem spin out of control. Our pest-free 365 Plus plan protects against up to 39 different kinds of pests. Even better, Grizz fans can take $50 off by visiting Terminex.com and enter code SAVE50. Terms apply. With more than 95 years of experience squashing pest issues big and small, we're set to square off against the toughest bugs out there.
Big Ben Bennett, do you have your new football coach over in Nashville?
We do, yes. Robert Saleh. This is why I'm stoked. Starting in 2019, number 2 total defense, number 5 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 4 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 3 total defense. This dude's going to have a good defense. Like, he's going to be able to turn their defense around, which has obviously been an issue.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling of having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. One day closer to Friday. And for the Memphis Grizzlies, we have reached the All-Star break. Everybody can take a nice deep breath, relax for a few days. There are 3 NBA games tonight, but after tonight, all the teams will be off for the All-Star break coming up this weekend. Obviously, for the Memphis Grizzlies, Cedric Coward, Jalen Wells, Cam Spencer all get to go participate in the Rising Stars game on Friday. But for everyone else, they get a bit of a breather, a bit of a break from basketball. It is always nice once this time of year rolls through for everybody. And the Grizzlies last night go into the All-Star break on a 4-game losing streak as they fall to the Denver Nuggets, 122-116. They enter the All-Star break 20-33, 5 games behind the Trailblazers, who are in 10th, a game ahead of the Mavs in 12th. CJ just took off his sweatshirt and has the greatest shirt on that I have ever seen.
Go ahead and talk about what you want to talk about.
No,
man.
I want to talk about your shirt.
Okay.
Roses are red. True love is rare.
It is.
Booty, booty, booty. Rocking everywhere.
They do be rocking
Where did you
everywhere.
get that?
Don't worry about all that. I can't
It's a
remember.
fantastic
I
shirt.
can't remember where I got it from. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't know.
Not
if
to get
it-
away from the Grizzlies' loss to
I
the
didn't
Nuggets,
know
of
if
course.
this would pass the standards.
Oh, it passes
and
my
compliance,
standard. It passes my
departments
standard.
That try to hold a CJ back. So I didn't want you to see it, so you couldn't tell me until it was too late that, hey, you can't wear that shirt.
I would have never said that
Okay.
because that is just
well,
the best Valentine's Day shirt that I've ever
It's
seen.
an incredible Valentine's Day
Yeah,
shirt.
it's great.
Yeah.
We don't have enough Valentine's Day shirts.
No.
Because so many of them would be too mushy. Too
Mushy? Like this,
That's not mushy. That's
the
just
site I got
facts.
this from. I'll figure out what it is and drop a link in the
thank
chat if
you.
y'all want, and I'll let you know. If you're not in the chat and you're just listening, I'll let you know where I got it from. I think it's blackpowered.com. I think that's where I got it from. I'll double check it. Yeah, they have a bunch of shirts like this for Valentine's
I'm
Day.
sure there are
It's
many.
incredible. I love this shirt.
I love
got
your
a hot-
shirt.
I got a hot day tonight. Guess what shirt I'm wearing?
That one.
I'm wearing this one. I got it in a bunch of different colors. I'm wearing this
You
shirt.
did not get it in a bunch of different colors. Did you get it in 2 colors? You get it in 3 colors? You didn't. I won't let you. I will not get
There's
got.
a black one with pink. There's a red one with black. And you got to get a good old solid white one.
Did it come in a set of 4?
No.
You just bought them all
I just
separately?
bought them all.
Absolutely incredible.
Yes.
I humbly accept the responsibility of filling in the blanks of Grizzlies games, particularly ones that tip off late, that maybe people right now are too distracted by the Winter Olympics and the travesty of ice dancing, or just taking an all-star break early. They might not have watched the game last night of the Grizzlies falling to the Nuggets 122-116. And what I will say about last night's game is this. Throughout the process of the next 28 games, the Grizzlies have 28 games after the all-star break before the end of the regular season. And in those 28 games, there might not be a lot of wins. But if they play like they did last night, I will take it because they played hard, and that was a fun game to watch. Nikola Jokic had his fourth straight triple-double. Of course, I think he had it before the end of the third quarter. 26 points, 15 rebounds, 11 assists. But you want to know what Nikola Jokic almost had, CJ? He almost had a quadruple-double because he had 9 turnovers last night. And you look at the Grizzlies' stocks, their steals and blocks from that game. They had 12 steals and 5 blocks as a team. And every single player had at least either a steal or a block. 9 players had steals. 11 players played. 9 of them had steals. The only 2 who didn't have a steal were Gigi Jackson and Jalen Wells, and they both had a block. And you want to know what that tells me? That team is playing hard. That team is scrapping. That team is out there trying to put the best version of themselves that they can be. They might not be talent-wise able to beat the Denver Nuggets, although they were right in that game at the end. The Nuggets just happened to have a guy named Nikola Jokic, one of the best players in the world. But the Grizzlies played hard, and I enjoyed them throwing doubles at Jokic. I enjoyed watching Kyle Anderson and Jemai Mashak. That play of Jemai Mashak coming in, I think it was Omax and Cam Spencer on Jokic, and Jemai just rips that ball right out of the hands of Jokic, the 2-on-1, finish on the other end. Like, that is fun basketball to watch, and it's productive basketball to watch, right? Like, when things are clicking like that, you see players be able to have the necessary reps. Someone like a Jemai Mashak, where you start thinking to yourself, and I am in dangerous territory of being like, maybe Jemai Mashak, maybe Jemai Mashak should have a real contract by the end. And that can be one of the things that happens during a season like this, where it does become such a focus on development, and you do find yourself genuinely rooting for some of these young players who are playing their booties off, trying to get a contract, trying to carve out their place in the NBA. Gigi Jackson last night had a really efficient scoring night. He was, what was he in the end? 6 of 12 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3 for 21 points. I'm still really enjoying watching the Ty Jerome experience, even though there's like a small twinge of pain every time you think about what could have maybe possibly been if this team had been healthy with Ty Jerome coming off the bench. But he's playing like 20 minutes, which is what you would have expected him to play in a normal season. And just the organization that he gives to this group. Again, somebody who is in the mix of this team. They don't have bigs. They signed Lawson Lovering to a 10-day contract, but they don't have the makeup of, hey, this team is going to compete and this team is going to, try to find a way into the postseason. That's just not where this team is at right now, right? The rebuild is on. But God, they're going to play hard. And when you have someone like Ty Jerome, it allows things to function in a way where you can see how players actually potentially fit into this system and what they could be for this team moving forward. So you will get no eye rolls from me for having to stay up and watch Grizzlies Nuggets last game before the All-Star break. That is what you want, and that is about all you can ask for from this team, and I applaud the effort last night.
This ain't the Wizards. This ain't the Pelicans.
No.
This ain't
the Kings.
This ain't the Kings.
14 straight losses. We spent way too much energy and air this week coming at the Utah Jazz for and dare I say, the surging Utah Jazz.
This ain't the Jazz.
They've won 2 in a row.
This ain't the Jazz.
They've won 2 in a row.
They got bullied in the win.
They've won 2 in a row.
We bullied
and they came out
them
and proved,
in
and they said, look what happens.
Yeah.
Look what happens if we play our guys.
This ain't a team that's out here trying to lose.
No.
This ain't the coaching staff out here trying to lose. They're going to go out there, and while they are undermanned, they're going to go out there and compete. And you can overlook them if you want to.
Yeah.
It'll be your undoing, random NBA team, right? Almost happened to the Nuggets, and it shouldn't have. During this time of the season, teams aren't able to practice a whole lot, so you're trying to find ways to work on things in game a bit if you can, and you'll see like, oh, we've got this team coming up. We're a bit better than them. Let's work on this thing in this game. We should still be fine. Let's play with some lineups. How many times have we seen that?
Right.
Let's play with some lineups here. Do some quirky to see if this lineup will work well come postseason play, because we're good enough to overcome whatever might happen against this team here. You're not that good against this Grizzlies team, right? This Grizzlies team is going to go out there and compete and fight and claw. And if you're not prepared to play, you're going to end up losing to a team. If you're good, you're going to end up losing to a team that you're significantly better than, and you shouldn't. And that's all you can ask for if you're a Grizzlies fan right now is, hey, do we have a collection of guys who are going to go out there and fight? We had the dog conversation last year, maybe 2 years ago. I can't remember. It really popped up last year. And it was, okay, who is and who isn't when the deck is stacked against you and you have nothing left to give, who's going to go out there and just fight? And wasn't really sure what was on the roster, how many were there of that dog variety. I mean, that game last night showed this is a team, while not skilled, while maybe not as big as needed or as talented as necessary, they're going to go out there and fight. And that's all you can ask for. What the hell the Nuggets were thinking, just not throwing the ball to Jonas every single time.
Again,
down
the Grizzlies
court.
don't have bigs.
Like,
what are they going to do? Lawson Levering?
They don't have bigs, and it's working.
Yeah.
Like, you had Jonas hitting fadeaway shots down there on the block because nobody can get up there to contest. You're doubling with somebody like Cam Spencer, who is my size. And while we are regular people tall, we are NBA short. You're doubling him with that. What's going on there? I have no clue what the hell Jokic was doing. Was thoroughly crazy to say, but thoroughly disappointed in his performance. Crazy to say about a man
with the triple, his fourth
straight
triple double.
It was just like, yo, get him at one point in the fourth quarter. It's like, yo, you got to get Jokic out and put Jonas back in, because the Grizzlies are frustrating the MVP. They are getting under Jokic's skin. He's running around arguing with the rest for calls. Get him out of here. Just put the big dude in and just throw it to him and let Jonas go to work, man. But the Grizzlies give him credit for going out there and almost coming away with a win late in that game. Stealing a game there.
It would have been the Nuggets shot 53% from the field, 10 of 22 from three. They out-rebounded the Grizzlies 46-29, and yet they only won by 6.
And that was they
won weird stuff happens in the last game before the All-Star break.
They won by 6, but that was a 3-point game with like 40 seconds left. The Grizzlies had to foul after. Now listen, I understand KCP back in Denver. That's a place that's home-ish to him. One of the places he played, won a championship there. It's 20-something seconds left. He gets the ball with like 15 and takes that 3. Like, yo, come on, man. Just keep running the offense. You don't got to take that shot. Another one of those situations where you're down 3, 20 seconds left. You get the rebound. Do you need to call a timeout again? I wouldn't have called a timeout. Go out there and play. But people have got to know, hey, we can get a better shot than Caldwell Pope off one pass with 15 seconds left.
I'm looking forward to hopefully coming out of the All-Star break, a Cam Spencer resurgence. He's not been able to he's had such an odd season, right, because of how much they relied on him at point guard for a sustained period of time. Last night he goes 0-3 from 3, 1 of 8 from the field, 2 points. I feel like he's passing up open shots at times. I'd love to see him get back in like 3-point assassin mode, because that is the prototype of what he will be utilized for as this team. And we'll have the opportunity to see him in the Rising Stars game. You want to know who I think would care about All-Star Weekend Rising Stars game?
Who?
Cam Spencer.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of players who will go out there and treat it like a game that is to be won, I would assume Cam Spencer playing for Tracy McGrady's team alongside Con Knippel and A.J. Mitchell and Alex Sarr and Trey Johnson and Khalil Ware and Jalen Tyson. But Cam Spencer's like, if we don't win this Rising Stars game, it'll be disappointing. And that will be a fun thing for All-Star Week. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm not excited about All-Star Weekend. I said on the Vernon Show yesterday, the thing I'm most excited for, Adam Silver's press conference. Do you know how down bad All-Star Weekend has to be, where you're most excited to hear what Adam Silver has to say about the NBA's tanking problem and potential expansion? Like, I mean, damn.
Those are two pretty big things, though.
They're huge.
If any commissioner at any point in time in the NBA, any All-Star game, I don't care if it's Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, or Shaq and Tim and Dirk, or LeBron and Kobe and Dwayne Wade, right? If at any point in time you knew the NBA commissioner was stepping to the podium to talk about potential expansion and fixing a tanking problem that has been a problem for a long time, that would be very, very exciting.
Important conversation, but I would hope that maybe I'd also be excited about the dunk contest or the three-point
I'm putting
contest.
you on the spot. Is there an all-star game that stands out to you where you're like, oh, I'm really excited for this game or this event?
No,
like,
but it's
like got to be not
to
even
sound
for
like
Steph.
a try-hard youth, but like when there's an aura around the All-Star. When was the year? Even having the kind of like gimmicky Sabrina three-point contest. Like at least that was something fun where I was like, oh, I want to see this. You want to know what I thought to myself last night? The best thing that crossed my timeline last night was a dunk that will be better than anything you see in the dunk contest. I'm calling my shot now.
Wait. Oh, yeah, because he's not in the dunk contest.
No, three-time champion Mac McClung out of the dunk contest. But you want to know where he got a dunk from yesterday? An alley-oop from Yuki Kawamura.
Yuki!
I'm sorry. Yes, it came from a G League game. I don't care. Windy City Bulls. This pass from Yuki Kawamura to Mac McClung for the reverse lob is better than anything you will see at the NBA's dunk contest this weekend. That is filthy. That is three-time champion Mac McClung getting a pass from your favorite point guard's favorite point guard, Yuki Kawamura. The streets are saying it is the first ever 5'8" to 6'2" reverse lob in the history of professional basketball. I don't have the history book in front of me, but I'm going to assume it is the first 5'8" to 6'2" reverse lob in professional basketball history. But the fact that my brain even makes the thought that is better than what I'll see in the dunk contest, that's sad. And we don't have to belabor the point because we've been talking about this for years. Also, Yuki went off last night. 34 points, 8 rebounds, 16 assists. 16 assists for Yuki Kawamura. God, I miss him. I'm glad to see he's flourishing. I'm glad he gets to play with Mac McClung. What a duo. What a dynamic duo for the Windy City Bulls right there. But anyway, All-Star Weekend is ahead, and I will genuinely look forward to seeing the Grizzlies. I hope Cedric Howard gets to play. Obviously, he didn't play last night. He's dealing with this knee thing. I hope he gets to play. But to see him, Jalen Wells, Cam Spencer, if there is any conversation about the Memphis Grizzlies in All-Star Weekend, it will be about the pieces that they have in place, the young pieces that lead them to a place of excitement where, hey, like you said, CJ, this ain't the Kings. This ain't the Wizards. This ain't the Jazz. This isn't a bad team set to have years and years of misery. There's a lot of exciting pieces in play, and that will be on display for the Rising Stars and hopefully for the rest of the season with the next 28 games coming out. Next Grizzlies game will be February 20th at home against the Utah Jazz. The Jaren Jackson Jr. return game. He played his first game at the home court in Utah yesterday. Made me sad, but happy for Jaren to get the win. He got a win on his last game at FedEx Forum and a win in his first game in his new home stadium or home arena in Utah. Teresa Walker is going to join us after a quick break. We'll get her take on the Grizzlies, our first time catching up with her since the trade deadline, and also her thoughts on the NBA's tanking problem at large, Super Bowl thoughts, all that and more with Teresa after a quick break.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat. MJ, how can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Welcome back, welcome back. It is Thursday. That means it's time to catch up with one of our favorites, Teresa Walker of the Associated Press. She joins us every Thursday. She joins us now. Teresa, happy NBA All-Star break to you. I know you get no breaks in your life, but I'll wish you a happy All-Star break anyway.
We'll take whatever we can get, right? And you know, it's interesting. It's like we go from Super Bowl, Olympics and Super Bowl to now Olympics and All-Star Weekend, and oh yeah, there's something called the Daytona 500 this weekend, and it's like I think it's this weekend or is it next week? Or is it next? I can't keep track. There's everything everywhere all at once right now going on. It's like, thankfully, there's somebody putting out on social media a list of the key events in the Olympics every day, so I can kind of set my watch. And it's like, okay, U.S. is playing hockey later today. It's a lot, y'all.
Yes. What a run for NBC. Like, just an absurd, I cannot imagine being an NBC Sports employee and obviously watching Mike Tirico and Maria Taylor and going straight from the Super Bowl back to Milan for the Olympics coverage is wild in itself. But to go from start of the Olympics, Super Bowl, Olympics, All-Star Weekend is just like an absurdity of riches from a broadcast standpoint.
I saw an estimate that NBC is pulling in like $2 billion in ad revenue.
Wow.
Over this stretch of a couple of weeks. And I mean, and there was a thing about as soon as the Super Bowl was over, Mike Tirico and a ton of employees were on planes flying straight over to Italy from the San Francisco area. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. And then there were, 2 or 3 writers that apparently had to fight their way out of Levi's Stadium Sunday, climb through fences and under fences and make their way out. And so it's like, yeah, it's something.
What will you remember from this year's Super Bowl? Seahawks get the win. They had their victory parade yesterday. CJ sent the funniest clip of one of their offensive linemen, Abe Lucas, who was on the parade route, and he hit his head on the light post.
If we can play that with sound also, because you hear it.
It is tremendous.
You hear it.
Do we have it with the volume?
Like a doink?
Okay. Oh, we don't? Okay. Maybe we'll get it. Oh, here it is. I mean, I assume he's okay. I hope that he's okay. That reminds me.
He's in the concussion protocol.
This old clip, I think it's an old clip of a downhill skier at a past Olympics where he's going like 80 miles per hour. This is so mean. but he gets hit right in the place where you don't want to get hit. And the sound effect, it's his voice, and he goes, oh! And I watched it like 10 times yesterday.
Was that the oh, monsieur?
I mean,
yeah,
the
guy on the call was hilarious. He's like, oh, monsieur, monsieur, whatever.
Oh my gosh. But when you said that clip, I was like, oh, I've laughed way too hard at other people's. Monsieur.
Mon Dieu.
Oh,
my
mon
God.
Dieu, my God.
Yes,
mon Dieu,
my
of course,
God,
of course.
mon Dieu.
But the Seahawks team beats the Patriots, and you get a win for Sam Darnold. We had a local connection with Kenneth Walker winning MVP. What did the Seahawks win say about this NFL season, and how will you remember this one?
The Seahawks were good. I mean, let's face it. Going into the season, we didn't know what to expect. You know, it's like, can Sam Darnold still be the Sam Darnold we saw in Minnesota? And that defense came together tremendously. I mean, they were that team from beginning to end. I saw one great stat. They had more sacks and forced turnovers at Levi Stadium in 2 games than the 49ers did, and that's their home field in 8 home games. I also saw another stat that it looked at the teams that helped their offensive tackles by chipping in the NFL since 2018, which ironically enough is the first year that Mike Vrabel was the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. And you know who was at the bottom of that list? Tennessee Titans. He was the coach for 6 years. And that to me is the thing that was just absolutely stunning in that Super Bowl. Why are you not helping your rookie left tackle in that game chip a little bit? Have somebody stay in. They are eating up your line and your quarterback alive, and you don't seem to do anything to help him. It's like, try to run. You know, do something. Help your offensive line get some sort of ownership of that line. Never saw it, never happened. And we saw Drake May just be eaten alive. And then we find out after the game that Mike McDonald saw the offensive lineman on tape tipping their plays by the way they would start, you know, and that's why, you know, film people are like, oh, he's a film junkie. Well, you can actually get incredible stuff off of there. Kevin Byard has had a long career because of his film study as a safety out of MTSU. And that's what the Seattle coach found. And they just destroyed that. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, yes, Seattle, incredible performance. They just, you know, it feels, you know, they were never going to make the mistake that Pete Carroll made and let it come down to an end of game situation. It just never felt like New England made any kind of a push. Seattle was in control the entire game, even when they were settling for all those field goals.
Yeah. So much has happened since we talked to you last week. Super Bowl champion was named, Olympics got going, and the NBA trade deadline came to an end. Because when we spoke to you last Thursday morning, it was the morning of the trade deadline. We come out of it, and the Memphis Grizzlies made the big trade of Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Utah Jazz, and obviously lose John Conchar along with Vince Williams Jr., Jock Landale, rerouted to the Atlanta Hawks. But John Morant's still on this team, and yet the tone has shifted for the Grizzlies. And hearing Zach Kleiman talk on Friday, it's clear that the rebuild is here. Just what do you make of the direction that the team is now headed in?
Well, that's the thing. So much of these last 2 seasons has been if we can get so-and-so healthy. You know, this year it's been the MASH unit. It's like looking over there and it's like, wow, we've got a good team that aren't playing. You know, Ty Jerome, he finally makes his season debut, and it's like, that's why they went and got this guy. I mean, he's been fun to watch. That's the problem. It's just like waiting for Godot, basketball version, Memphis style, and we never got to see the team that was put together. So that felt almost like the injuries forced the hand to an extent, because you can't keep paying people when you're not being competitive. And I mean, I think I still have my questions on how healthy Zach Edey can get. I know the surgery last summer was done to stabilize the ankle, yet we still have more problems. I'd love to see him out on the court. That's the thing. It's like the team that they could have, there's still some guys on that injury report. And yes, Ja is part of that. And I mean, we all want to kind of see, he kind of feels like, is he in the plan? He hasn't done anything to help his trade value whatsoever. And the best thing that for Memphis and him, if they truly want to get him out, get him on the court. If he can stay on the court, show who he is, that helps his trade value. And guess what? In the meantime, it helps Memphis but it's Pippen's back. It's like, just get a few more pieces back. And as you were mentioning going into the break, this doesn't feel, I agree with you. It doesn't feel like this team is, going to be wandering the wasteland forever, trying to, in search of rebuilding land. You get a couple pieces, and right now, Tankathon this morning has the Grizzlies with the 8th pick in the draft lottery. Well, in 2019, we saw the Grizzlies move up. I know, it's crazy, all the way up to 2. So you don't know what you're going to get in the draft, but what we've seen with Zach Kleiman is the ability to find people in the draft that come in and produce immediately. I mean, Desmond Bane, look at the package he got for him. Why? Because they took him in Memphis and he developed and produced tremendously in Memphis. So, that track record is good. Get a few more pieces. And I'm not, and when I say a few more pieces, a couple of pieces at this point, and just get people healthy. That's what I want to see, is a healthy Memphis Grizzlies team. We haven't seen that, and I can't remember when.
It's been a while, Teresa. We can't remember either. But
Look, I'm not alone.
If you're gonna be unhealthy, you're probably gonna lose some games. We'll probably pitch you in the NBA lottery. And the Tennessee Volunteers have a guy that people around here have been talking about from a lottery perspective. You, one of the many teams you cover in the great state of Tennessee, those Volunteers, those men basketball players. What do you think about Nate Ament?
He has been fun to watch. He was getting pushed around early in the season, and he needs to put on another 10 to 15 pounds. I mean, but he is finding ways to play around and through some of the physical play in the SEC. And, he's been coming through when Tennessee needs it most. He had a big play last night. They give up a big run to Mississippi State, and he finds a way to go make a play to win the game. Couldn't do it enough by himself at Kentucky, but that's the thing. He's been fun to watch, and the reason he went to Tennessee is because Rick Barnes is the guy that worked with Kevin Durant. And yeah, when I watch Nate Ament, I don't know how you say his last name. I probably should learn that before the SEC tournament. But that's the thing. He reminds me a little teeny bit some guy named Kevin Durant. I mean, that's the thing. He's long, he's lengthy, he loves to shoot the mid-range jumper. I mean, that just seems to be gone from all of basketball, no matter the levels these days. And it's like, he shoots it well enough. It's like, that's why it is such a important and effective piece of the game.
Yeah.
17.5 points, 6 rebounds per game for Mr. Nate out there.
25 over the last 5 games on 50% shooting. So one of those guys who continues to rise up. And like CJ said, so many teams are focused on those potential draft picks. Teresa, I would say it's safe to say a third of the league is not particularly focused on winning the rest of the season. They are really focused on scouting some of these
and winning the lottery.
Exciting young players. And maybe you win, maybe you lose, but probably you lose more, and hopefully you lose more. I am curious your take. You're around all the sports leagues, and it is February, and I feel like normally the most egregious of the tanking conversations usually come in March and April, and by that point, they kind of just get pushed away, and then we rehash them again the next year. But the fact that they've come this early, the fact that Adam Silver will have his, state of the NBA at All-Star Weekend and sit down and be asked many questions about teams tanking and what that means for the league. What's your take on it? And is there any obvious solution for you that the NBA should adopt in order to not have this be such a prevalent conversation at this point in the year?
That's the thing. The NBA has already done, they're finding people, for resting guys, right? They tried to do that. It doesn't seem to be helping, right? I mean, and maybe it's tweak the schedule, maybe shorten the schedule from 82 games down. There's a lot to be considered, but I mean, that's the thing. I mean, somebody's so obviously tanking, do you just take away their pick for a year? I mean, that's the thing. What kind of a hammer is the commissioner ready to try to bring? And remember, whatever the commissioner does, the owners have to approve. So, it's like he's limited in exactly what he can do until he gets everybody on board. And, once a team and a franchise has made the decision, we're going to tank, that's where it gets tough to really be tough on a franchise, because again, the commissioner works for the owners. In the NFL, it's easier. And there's a lot of, talk about, I mean, the year that we had 0-16, remember? It's like, oh, you shouldn't take, it's tougher to take in the NFL because if you are out there not giving it your all, you lose jobs. And then secondly, because remember in the NFL, contracts are not guaranteed, unlike the NBA. So maybe that's something that has to be considered. Maybe not guaranteeing all these contracts. But in the NFL, if you don't run a route or block somebody, you risk getting physically injured badly if you don't play at least your best. Your best may not be good enough, but you are trying hard because you're trying literally not to get physically damaged. In the NBA, what is the penalty? I mean, that's the thing. What is that penalty for tanking? Because, you sit guys down, you say they're hurt, you tried, we're protect, they're sitting out the second part of a back-to-back because it's on a minutes restriction. We're hearing all these things, but that's the thing. The NBA has almost taken away some of the potential punishment, in some of the growth that we've seen in that league. There's a reason. Major League Baseball doesn't really have this problem to an extent. We just have owners that don't pay much and refuse to invest in their clubs, which is pushing arguments for a salary cap and a salary floor in Major League Baseball. So it does seem to be kind of particular to the NBA. The NHL, the Predators are certainly, they're 8th right now in the tankathon standings for the NHL. And but it's more because the West is really mushy, and there's a lot of not great teams. Nobody's really tanking. You might get a great talent, and there'll be one franchise that's like, we're going for this guy. You don't see a rush to join in. You just don't.
Teresa, college basketball is almost over. It's like 6 to 8 games left on individual teams' schedule. When you think about the SEC tournament, men's basketball tournament be right around the corner, who are some teams to keep an eye on, and what's going on with the Vanderbilt Commodores?
Well, Vanderbilt's got a couple of key injuries. Frankie Collins, who we were told at the beginning of the year, it's like, oh, there's reports that it's going to be several weeks. Yeah, no, it's not that. Well, he's still not back yet. And yeah, it's February. It's almost Valentine's Day. So it looks like it was a week-long kind of injury. Duke Miles is also out. He's a key piece, double-digit scorer, but they're finding ways. The game Saturday last weekend to Oklahoma, that was just embarrassing. I mean, you lose on your home court and never really lead in that game. You're getting punked in your own gym by a team that's barely 500. That was bad. But they go on the road at Auburn and look like the Vanderbilt team that I've expected and seen throughout the season. They've now got 20 wins. If they can get those two guys back by the tournament, I still think, and I'm still seeing them projected as a pretty high seed in the NCAA tournament. Florida's the team that's, kind of looking like, let's not forget, they're the defending national champs, and they're rounding into the form that we saw, I think they were all expected to be early in this season. So, and then you've got the whole Charles Bediako mess down in Alabama, and it's going to be fun when we come to Nashville for this SEC tournament in March, and I'm looking forward to it because it feels like everyone's coming down the backstretch, getting ready to make that final turn, and as they start running for home, and people are there's still teams trying to figure out who they are at this point. And I still like Vanderbilt as one of the top teams in the SEC. So, maybe it's Florida Vanderbilt in the SEC championship game on that final Sunday. That'd be fun.
Tennessee and Vanderbilt still have to play twice. They hadn't played yet this season. So that's going to be fun. Next 2 weeks they'll play.
I thought that Florida was here.
I'm pretty sure Tennessee and Vanderbilt still have 2 more left.
I am pulling up the schedule as we
I think they have to play 2 more games. Two more, right? Like they hadn't played yet this season.
Yeah, they played the 21st.
No. Florida visited Vanderbilt on January 17th, and that is it. They don't play Florida again unless they're in.
No,
Teresa, we were talking. Did I say Florida? I meant Tennessee.
No, I knew what you meant.
Okay.
I wanted to ask
ahead.
you, Teresa, because I woke up this morning and I saw 2 quotes from college basketball coaches that piqued my interest. One is just a throwaway, but it made me laugh, of Mick Cronin talking about the Big Ten not being a joke and saying that he told his assistants to find him the nastiest vodka-drinking Eastern European you can. like someone who used to wrestle bears in Latvia. And I said, okay, Mick Cronin, I hear what you're saying. And then he was like, the Big Ten's no joke. Everyone is big. And he said, well, almost. And I said, who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? USC. Certainly not the team with Elijah Arenas on it. Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes on Elijah Arenas. But my other quote that stood out to me, Teresa, and I promise there's a long winding point to this, was Kansas State coach Jerome Tang following a loss to Cincinnati last night, who said, quote, this was embarrassing. These dudes do not deserve to wear this uniform. There will be very few of them in it next year. Shout out PJ Haggerty, former Memphis Tiger. It made me think of the comments that went viral earlier this week from Kim Caldwell coming out of the Tennessee women's loss to South Carolina, where she flat out called out her team for quitting on you. She said, I have a team that'll just quit on you. And I thought of Tang's quotes and Caldwell's quotes, and I thought to myself, how have you seen a shift in how coaches are talking about teams that are underperforming in the midst of an underperforming season, perhaps in a more direct way of, hey, like, I didn't get the right group this year, and I'm going to be explicitly honest about it as we go through the rest of the season?
Well, let's not forget, these players are being paid these days. Yeah. And, you know, thanks to the House settlement, you know, basketball teams may not be getting the money that football is, but they're getting paid. So they are employees. But it feels almost like coaches are trying to throw their players under the bus to an extent, because let's not forget who brought them in. It's the coaches. When I heard Kim Caldwell saying those things on Sunday after the worst loss in Tennessee Lady Vols history, I'm like, Kim, look in the mirror. You're the coach. And this goes for Tang and everybody else. You're the coach. You brought these players in. You devised this team, and it's up to you as the coach, because you're getting paid the most, to find a way to make it work. And if you're not seeing leadership, then, you know, guess what? Maybe the rules don't allow for a Pat Sum at 6 a.m., get you out and run until you're throwing up on the court into trash cans moment. But there are things that you can do. You control playing time. If somebody's not showing the leadership or playing the way you want, and by the way, Tennessee Lady Vols, they keep shooting threes. They're very bad at it. Very bad. They're not even, last time I looked, they were shooting 19% from three. Then why in the good Lord are you jacking up threes like it's your go-to? I mean, so guess what? Coaches, coach around your weaknesses. Limit the players who aren't showing you what you need. It's called old school coaching. So the fact these kids are being paid and may have different expectations and things like that, you still have the tools to actually do your job.
And I think to your point, Teresa, you're right. I think coaches are doing this some to let everybody know out there, hey, I got some space open if you want to go ahead and hop in that portal, right? Like I got a spot for you. They not cutting it, but you can come here and you could play if you're interested in hopping. Go ahead and hop in the portal, dude, or do that.
At that Kansas State game last, they're like 1-10 in Big 12 play. Fans showed up with Aldi paper bags over their heads. They had like phrases written on them like, we ain't got dudes. I was like, do you know how embarrassing it is to have an Aldi paper bag over your head that says we ain't got dudes? Like, to be playing a game and have to look out into the stands and see that. Like, that's
might
tough.
Be it for Tang.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
When I heard that this morning, I thought, well, might be coming to an end.
But on the other end, that ties in. Always be shopping. Portal opens soon.
ABS. We love a little ABS. Teresa, have a great ASB All-Star break. We'll see you next week. Always good to catch up with you. Bye. That was Teresa Walker of the Associated Press. She joins us every Thursday. We will take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about the cheating, scandalous, nasty, evil French ice dance team. Despicable. A disgrace. I thought the Olympics were supposed to be fair and balanced and decorum-filled. Yeah, exactly. Boo! I felt real patriotic last night as I looked to avenge my figure skater's loss. Because as a long-time USA figure skating fan. I was aggrieved personally last night. We'll get into that. Plus, we are drafting the best Winter Olympic sports. Tell us your favorites in the chat. Hit that like button. We'll be back after a quick break.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
I risk my life to tell y'all these truths.
Cat Williams is back. Brand new material, a new tour, and the same legendary laughter he's delivered for decades.
Nick Cannon got 136 children, Jesus. Did you know that?
Always classic, always Cat.
White people are friendly. You can call them at 3 o'clock in the morning with the wrong number and they won't even be mad at you. Hello? No, I'm sorry. No Shaquita here.
The Golden Age Tour. March 6th in FedEx Forum. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey Grind City, got uninvited house guests? When it comes to bugs, we don't bluff. We Terminex it. Don't let a pest problem spin out of control. Our pest-free 365 Plus plan protects against up to 39 different kinds of pests. Even better, Grizz fans can take $50 off by visiting Terminex.com and enter code SAVE50. Terms apply. With more than 95 years of experience squashing pest issues big and small, we're set to square off against the toughest bugs out there.
Big Ben Bennett, do you have your new football coach over in Nashville?
We do, yes. Robert Saleh. This is why I'm stoked. Starting in 2019, number 2 total defense, number 5 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 4 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 3 total defense. This dude's going to have a good defense. Like, he's going to be able to turn their defense around, which has obviously been an issue.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Now that's the new edition way. I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Memphis, Monday, February 16th. Tickets and Ringsider packages on sale now.
Welcome back. Welcome back. The Winter Olympics continue. Before we draft Winter Olympic sports, the best of the best, we'll get into some Olympic action from yesterday. I did watch this Jordan Stolz, who won the speed skating gold. I think his first in a quest for 4 gold medals he could potentially win. He's this sweet little baby from Wisconsin. Grew up skating on the lake behind his house. Now he's winning gold medals. I do enjoy speed skating. Like, of the Olympic sports that kind of get me going.
Enjoyed enough to take it?
I don't know. I don't think, no, certainly not 1 overall, but I do enjoy speed skating. What I really became a little obsessed with ice dancing, and I don't know how I got here. A week ago, I did not know who Chok and Bates were, and I did not know about the Ice Academy of Montreal, and I did not know that ice dancing is one of the most corrupt and political sports that exist in the world, and now it's on the Olympic stage. I should have known because I read a stupid book about ice dancing last year, this fictional book called The Favorites that I blew through that was about ice dancing, and it should have told me all these things, but I thought this was a book of fiction, not a book of fact. Well, guess what? It's more realistic than I ever imagined. And suddenly yesterday, I'm watching ice dancing in my car, and I'm listening to an hour-long Christine Brennan podcast earlier in the afternoon that was going to set the stage for what could transpire later in the day, which did end up happening. Christine Brennan sat down with that Gabriela Papadakis, who is a gold medalist who used to be partners with the male French skater who ends up winning the gold, spoiler alert, winning the gold last night with his new partner. He now skates with a new partner, Laurence Fournier-Baudry. And the only reason they skate together, which cannot be said enough, is because Laurence's boyfriend and partner was banned from the sport for sexual assault. The ban was overturned, but it was a jurisdiction type thing. He could get banned again, but he was accused of sexual assault. So she needed a new partner, and the partner that she ends up with, who was previously partnered with Papadakis left Cizeron because Cizeron is, according to her, controlling, demanding, and critical, and she wouldn't skate with him unless there was a coach present, and she apparently didn't like that they were training with the said abuser, and she asked him if they could train with somebody else, and he said no, and she was like, all right, I'm done, I'm out, I'm gonna go be a commentator. And NBC ended up pulling her off of the commentating team because of a conflict of interest, because this memoir comes out. And so Papadakis sits down with Brennan and rehashes this whole situation yesterday. And it all leads to the ice dancing finals that comes down to Team USA of Chok and Bates and Team France. And Chok and Bates, 3-time reigning world champions, 4-time Olympians, 7-time national champions. They're married. They've never won an individual medal before. They've been at this a long time. That felt like theirs to win, and it was stolen from them. Stolen from the Americans because
ridiculous. That is just
Fournier,
absurd.
Baudry, and Cizeron won by 1.43 points. They had a 0.46 lead going into the night, which was a lead, but certainly not insurmountable, especially since they messed up their twizzles. I've watched it over and over again. The French, they messed up their twizzles. They weren't docked for it. Why weren't they docked for it? The twizzles were wrong. Me, someone who did not know what twizzles really were 2 weeks ago, but me now a twizzle expert, I can tell you they messed up their twizzles. But here's where things get a little interesting, CJ. When you look at the individual judges, there are 9 of them. 5 of the judges gave Chok and Bates the top score. So 4 of the judges gave Baudry and Cizeron the top score. Their highest score came from the Czech judge. The French highest score came from the Czech judge, where they got 138.49 and the Americans 135.23. So still relatively close in the scoring, just to show, a subjective nature to the voting and the judging in this situation, but still relatively close.
That's a difference of 3.26.
3.26. The French judge, I want her name to be known.
This bum.
Jezebel Dubois.
Of course she's a Jezebel.
Gave the French 137.45, but the Americans a 129.74, the lowest score by far for Chok and Bates of any of the judges, which created a differential large enough that ultimately leads to the French getting the win over the Americans. Team USA robbed, straight up robbed. The French are cheaters. The French are allegedly abuser supporters. And I will not stand for it. And I'll be thinking about this for a long time.
The French judge, Jezebel.
The Jezebel.
The difference between the two teams, nobody else has, take her away. Nobody else has a difference more than 4.28. Nobody else.
Nobody else.
Nobody else. So you got 3.26 from the Czech judge, and somebody has a difference of 4.28. All right. That's it. I think it's whoever Gio is. Who's Gio? The one next to the French. Georgia. Georgia has, I think, a difference of 4.28, right? The French judge has a difference between the two teams of 7.71.
Crazy.
You thought that the French team,
who messed up their twizzles.
And can we be honest? We can't show the replays?
Yeah.
I'm not impressed by what the French did out there.
Okay, I thought it was a beautiful routine. I'm not going to come for it. I think they're gorgeous.
Fine.
That woman's arms are the most
the
strongest. She's got the tight little tush.
Were they matadors? Was there a bull?
Okay, can I be honest?
Did the French lift up the lady, pit her on his shoulders at any point?
And then do this.
Did they skate leaning in the squatting position with skates on their thigh meat? Hell no, they didn't do that.
No.
Was there a cape?
There was not a cape.
Get the hell out of here.
And they didn't do the little horns.
Didn't.
But I have to admit, the little horns kind of kept bothering me, so I was like, maybe they're getting docked for the horn situation.
What's wrong with the horns?
I don't know. I just thought it was a little much.
bull.
They obviously did not like the paso doble. The I don't know. I was really upset about it.
This is absurd.
The French did like a water. It was to the score from The Whale.
Yeah,
they were supposed
just
to
water.
be water.
They were just water.
Were they beautiful? Sure.
Yeah.
They were just water.
It's ice skating.
But
Everybody's beautiful.
You want to know what though? Because
What?
I'm really in too deep on this.
What?
Apparently they all train at the same academy. The French and the Americans.
Okay.
They all are at the Ice Academy in
you'd have to
Montreal.
you'd have to come
and so
see
there's
me.
all these politics and like originally, this is where I get back to that book that I read, because in terms of it feeling like it's a skater's turn, it certainly felt like it was Chok and Bates' turn, and nobody has ever ascended so quickly as a newly formed duo as that French duo that was just thrust together because she needed a new partner because hers was accused of abuse, sexual abuse, and couldn't compete for a period of time, and he needed a new partner because his left him because he was also, according to her, demanding and controlling and all of the above, and they squashed them together, and no one has ever performed that well, that quickly together. So even though they were like a new pair, even though they were both uber successful and the man had already won a gold, there wasn't an anticipation that they could actually do it. And then I think they probably snuck up and were like, oh, damn, like, they work really well together, they've been skating together, they know each other, and now they're going to do well. The only clean hands are the Canadians. And I loved them. They were so sweet. Piper and Paul.
Okay.
Piper and Paul. They had my favorite 90s night rhythm dance because they did RuPaul's You Better Walk, Cover Girl, and I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt.
Okay.
I was like, you guys rock. I love you. And her mom died like a couple weeks before the Olympics, and so like they're crying afterwards, and they got bronze. I was like, you guys are legit. But the French cheated.
They cheated. Give me Chok and Bates
Chok and
t-shirts.
Bates.
I want that.
I only think of one thing when I hear Chok and Bates, and it makes me really uncomfortable. So
the ice skating team.
Exactly.
All right.
Who lost? Who were cheated of a gold medal?
They were cheated.
Yes.
But they carried the team. Everybody on Team USA will tell you that they carried the team component of this. This is I do believe their 6th event they had to skate in. Right, because they skated in so many events for the team competition.
And they lifted the team.
Yes.
They were one of the reasons why the team was able to be in the position that it is.
All-stars, like every Olympics, one of the cool things about the Olympics, be it winter or summer, is, hey, these people all of a sudden become national stars.
Yes.
And I think Chok and Bates, even though they got silver, they were robbed. I think they have ascended into national stardom. They are ours. They are a great representation of USA. And what we should be and what we can be.
Yeah.
Keep your heads up. Don't let them cheating ass French get you down.
Let them get you down.
No French fries.
Next up, I'm all in on
No
Chloe
French
Kim.
toast.
Oh, no French fries.
No French bread.
No French onion soup.
No French onion soup. No French braids.
No Pepe Le Pew.
No Pepe Le Pew. Who else is
no
French out
Chanel.
here?
No Yves Saint Laurent.
Don't apologize for your French anymore.
No
you just
Eiffel
let those curse
Tower.
words fly. No Eiffel Tower in Vegas. Paris, Tennessee is going to have to change its name. That is now America, Tennessee, damn it.
No French wine.
None.
Only Napa and Sonoma and Willamette Valley.
Wait, Napa isn't in France?
No, Napa's in California.
Okay. All right.
No Victor Wembanyama.
Get Wemby the hell up out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get really seriously, truthfully. Get Gobert out of here.
No, actually, you can take it back. No, he's yours.
Yeah, get Gobert out of here.
No, what's my girl's name in with the Sonic, or not the Sonics, with the Storm, Dominique.
Oh no, I like her.
Oh, you like her? Okay. Well,
I don't want her to go. Okay, she can dunk. Okay, she's gonna be fun this year.
No, oui.
No, oui.
No, les poissons from The Little Mermaid.
Les who?
Les poissons.
Okay. Yeah,
It
get
means
rid of
the
that.
fish.
Yeah, get rid of that too.
Yeah. No caviar. No creme brulee.
Is Belle French?
No quiet town. It's a perfect village.
Get her
every day like the
get
one
Belle
before.
and the Beast the hell up out of here, Disney. We're
No
done with the
Gaston.
French. We're done with the French.
I only eat American toast now.
French Montana, he's gone too.
Gone.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any? I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure we do. How long do we want this bit to
I
go?
don't know. Oh, French bulldogs. Oh, they're so cute though. They're so
Yeah,
cute.
we ought to be getting rid of them just in general.
Yeah. All right, let's draft Winter Olympic sports. Who gets the first pick? These are the best sports in the Winter Olympics. I am a bat duck, and CJ is a doctor? Or,
maybe.
Or something else.
Maybe.
Or
I'm in the medical field in some sort of a way.
Are you?
Maybe.
You could be in a different field.
That's me disgusted by what the French did. I'm
so
sick of the
upset.
French. What's that nasty ass river they have up there? They were trying to make people swim in.
Oh, the Seine.
Yeah, Nat, get
rid of Evan Fournier. He shares a name with one of the skaters.
Get rid of Evan
Nicholas
Fournier.
Batum.
Get him out of here.
Yeah. Alex Sarr. Zachary Richechet.
Well, hold on, calm down now. We don't got to get rid of.
Bilal Koulibaly.
No, isn't that French Ben Wallace?
Sure, but you gotta get rid of them all.
What's French Ben Wallace's name?
Oh no, that's
Yabaselli.
Yabaselli.
Yeah, okay. All right. Who won?
You did.
Oh, okay.
You had the first
Ice
pick.
hockey. Let's go. The only sport that I occasionally watch outside of the Winter Olympics. So give me ice hockey. Also, that's the premier sport of the Winter Olympics, isn't it?
It is right now because you get the NHL players.
Okay.
I wouldn't say
in years
it
past,
carries the same zhuzh when you don't have the NHL players. But I have done a lot of thinking on this in comparison to, not the Olympics, in comparison to All-Star Weekend. But we saw when they did that Four Nations face-off in the NHL for All-Star Weekend, like those players cared. And now you get to see them on the Olympic stage. Like it's the best of the best. It's a best of the best tournament. Very rarely do we get a best of the best in U.S. professional sports going up in something that matters. Like they're trying to do it with NBA All-Star Weekend. They're trying to do USA versus the world. I don't know if they're actually going to care. In hockey, they cared.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was awesome when they did the Four Nations, and now we get to see it for this. So yes, I think that is a clear number one. All the men will hate me, but all the girls will get it. Give me figure skating. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl who loves figure skating. It's gymnastics on the ice with blades. Like the tricks are insane. There's always drama, as we just overly discussed for 15 minutes. It's always something. There's glitter. There's spirit fingers. There's turns. Now there's flips. Thanks to Ilya, the quad god. You got the flips back in it. Like, what more can you add? Quadruple axles, triple axles, toe picks, whatever it is. I want to spin on the ice.
I saw somewhere
I want to be an ice princess.
There was a black woman who was doing flips in the 80s.
Yeah. Serbia.
Okay. And then they banned her.
Yeah, but she was awesome.
They banned
She would just do it even though it was illegal.
Yeah, they banned that move.
And she would land on one skate, which was sick. Yes.
All right. Give me speed skating. Some great physiques in speed skating. It was on in the dungeon yesterday. I happened to make my way down there, and I look up, and the dudes are skating around, and then they stop, and the camera zooms in on them because they're like celebrating and whatnot. I'm like, holy hell, he got a donk. That's a good physique right there. Give me speed skating.
We were watching one speed skater last night, though, who was thick.
Yes, all the
We were like,
C's thick.
damn.
Like, yo.
Were you watching the speed skating where they grab each other's butts?
No, that's the one where they
I like
push,
when they
right?
push the butt. I know they don't grab the butts, but I always am like,
But, I mean, you got to grab it to get a hold of it and push
it off. Very serious. Yes. All right, I will go with. I'll take alpine skiing.
Okay.
I think it's exhilarating to watch people go 80 miles per hour down a mountain, and you put the fear factor on it. Like you genuinely watch that sport and think they could die. They could die. And I love going between the gates when they hit the gates, and even the one with the poles that are in the middle where they're like hitting them as they go. They're pew, 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 pew. I think it's very fun to watch.
Yeah.
All the skiing.
Anytime you get
downhill skiing.
Anytime you get people going 80 miles an hour. Like
yes.
That's going to be
We were
interesting.
watching the moguls yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do your knees survive? They're doing the moguls, and then they're hitting the jump, and they're flipping, and then they're back into more moguls. I was like, that's crazy.
That's wild stuff. All right, off the strength of cool runnings, I got to get the bobsled team.
Okay.
I got to go bobsledding. Just because of that movie. The only reason I might watch bobsledding, the only reason I sit down to watch bobsledding is because in the 90s, Disney did a movie about the first Jamaican bobsled team.
Sure did.
It's like, all right, I'm going to sit down and watch these dudes and do that now.
Sure did. You can take bobsled on behalf of Cool Runnings. On behalf of SSX Tricky, give me half pipe.
Okay.
Because all I do is watch it and say, I nailed those sick moves when I was playing SO6 tricky back in the day. Yeah, snowboarding.
Snowboarding.
Specifically the half pipe. I don't like the racing snowboarding as much. I love the half pipe. Like, we were watching Chloe Kim last night. That girl, made in a lab. Like, she was made to be a snowboarder. She's got her Roxy snowboard. She's got her Montclair jacket. She's dating Miles Garrett.
We talked about that yesterday.
Did we talk about this?
Yeah, I was like, yo, are they together or are they just cool?
I thought they were just cool.
Yeah.
And then I think they gave a little,
Ooh.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I missaw.
They are going to have athletic babies.
Hold on. Now I actually need to know if they're dating or if
Are
I'm
they?
just
I hope so.
Spread a rumor.
I hope so. And maybe they can have a son who can play soccer and help U.S.
Yeah,
soccer
they
out.
are dating.
Oh, my gosh. How tall is she? What's her height? I need to know potential measurables of this potential child that may or may
5'3".
not.
She's like my height.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Because he'll be too short for the NBA and probably too short for NFL also. But he'll be just right for like a midfielder maybe. A rangy midfielder.
She's so cool. They're a cool couple. And he's like, they're taking pictures. All these professional athletes who get into photography, I love that for them.
Yeah.
They get a hobby.
Good for them. All right.
It's time to rock.
Give me the skeleton. Speaking of junk in the trunk, they're going down on their bellies on that little sled thing, and it's just jiggling. It's like, holy hell, look at those glutes.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
See, it's interesting. You took bobsled and skeleton, which all fit into a certain category, and I think the superior one of them is luge.
Okay.
I think luge, feet first. Feet first, going like 95 miles per hour down an icy track is crazy.
Did you see the
double luge? The most sexual event in the Olympics.
Boy.
Oh my God.
Boy.
How did you learn that if you just lay on top of each other,
That
you
meat is
can be
right between the cheeks.
I would love to be a double luger.
You and Chris should train.
It's also like a weight. I told Chris last night, I'm like, it's like a weighted blanket.
Yeah. Wait, would you be on top?
Probably. You'd have to for I would assume, the physics of the sport.
Okay.
Sometimes it's nice to have like a lot. You'd be so warm. You wouldn't even feel cold in the Winter Olympics.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's like the cuddle Olympics.
It is. It's a lot like cuddling.
It's a lot like cuddling. It's decided by like 1,000th of a second. We talk about it's a game of inches, but it's like a game of like 1,000th of a second. I love the luge.
Good stuff. I was going to take that last pick, because this is the Olympics sports. People who watch get irrationally confident, and I know this. I know I should know better.
Don't take it.
I know I should know better. I know I should know that there's no way in hell you could do this, CJ. But I'm telling you, 4 months is all I think I need to be an effective curler. Give me curling. I think I could do curling. I think I could get a medal in curling if I was allowed to get a couple of months training. Not years, not all my life. I think I could be a curling champion given like 3.5, 4 months.
Where is that headline that I saw yesterday? There's like a 50-year-old accountant.
Come, Jessica. Like, come on, man.
It's insane.
Like, what do I got to do? Is there a
I'm
curling
sorry,
club
he's
in
not an
Memphis?
accountant. It's so much better.
Okay.
He's a personal injury attorney.
What?
He's a personal injury attorney.
He works for
and he's on the
NXT?
cusp of becoming the oldest American Winter Olympian in history. The headline was great. Sorry. A personal injury attorney in his 50s is on the cusp of becoming the oldest American Winter Olympian in history. All he needs is for one of his teammates to slip and fall. So I'm assuming he's an alternate, and he needs one of his teammates to get hurt so he can compete and live his best life. I cannot get into curling. I try every year to be one of those people, and by every year I mean every 4 years at the Olympics, to be like, yeah, curling. This is so lame. I don't like to sweep. I think that's my problem.
That's your issue.
That's a me issue.
That's your issue.
Fine, great. Thanks for giving me a gift. Give me ski jumping. Yeah. Give me the hyaluronic acid. I love a sport fueled by hyaluronic acid. They're like flying squirrels. Speaking of sports that look like they could die in the midst of it, they're up in the air and you're like, ooh, one wrong move and you could fall 600 feet down a mountain. Pew! It's invigorating. I do want to watch that skimo, the ski mountaineering. I think that could really.
What's going on there?
That's where they're like, I don't know. They have a whole thing.
Okay.
Wow, what an incredible
why do you
description.
want to watch it? I guess. Why do you want to watch it? I apologize. Silly me for thinking, hey, I want to watch this meant you had some sort of
when
knowledge
they have
about
to carry, They're either on their skis or they're carrying their skis up a mountain. So you do some of it on your skis, and then you have to carry your skis at some point.
Okay.
It's supposedly a very demanding endurance sport. They call it ski-mo. I'll be honest with you, I wanted to watch it because they call it ski-mo, and I think it's a fun nickname. I have no idea what it entails.
What's the event where they're running uphill?
That was cross-country or biathlon when it's involved with the extra.
That's also, can we talk about how weird the biathlon is?
Yeah, they're all crazy.
Because you're running around on your skis.
Oh, you mean the sport itself? I meant like all the drama around it.
No, and then you just lay down and fire some shots off? Right? Isn't that the biathlon? Where after you run, you pull out the gat and get to shooting?
Yeah, and then you like slow down, like the whole key is slowing down your heart rate.
Oh my gosh.
Again, how these people find out that they are gifted at this. Because you hear all these stories and they're like, they've been doing it since they were 4 years old. And I'm like, where do you live? Why did you do this?
I tell you where you don't live.
Memphis, Tennessee?
Africa.
Also that?
Yeah.
God, the lack of diversity at the Winter Olympics is...
No, it's diverse. It's
it
different
is.
nations. Different nations.
Look at
a
all
lot
the
of women
countries.
there.
Lots of men and women.
There are more women at this Olympics than I think any other Winter
Really?
Olympics. I think so.
It's an honor. It's just an honor to be nominated.
Yeah. I think they went out there and said, hey, we got to get more chicks involved. And so they did.
All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll do some Theater Thursday, movie news from the week, along with what we are watching going into our long weekend. This is our last show of the weekend, so we'll also get you all situated for All-Star Weekend when we come back.
Wait, did I say that out loud?
I didn't hear anything.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzlies stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at JourneyMusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
WWE Raw runs through FedEx Forum on the road to WrestleMania on Monday, February 16th. Secure your seat to see superstars like Rhea Ripley, Kofi Kingston, Dominic Mysterio, and more. Plus, for a limited time, fans can take advantage of 4 tickets for the price of 3. So don't wait. Buy your tickets for WWE Raw today at Ticketmaster.com or at the FedEx Forum box office. I am sad to miss WWE Raw this year. How will I live without my one day of being a wrestling fan? It does keep me. Last year, when we went to WWE, it was one of the most important days of my life because I learned what a yeet was. I didn't know what that was. I had no idea who Jey Uso was until I sat amongst all my friends at Federal Express Forum and everyone yeeted for like 8 minutes straight. And I had the time of my life. And now every time we have the yeet cam, I go, I know what it is. And that feels nice. One thing we didn't talk about All-Star Weekend that I saw came out yesterday, they're doing a 3-point celebrity contest. And Caleb Williams is participating. And so is Jared McCain. Yeah, exactly.
He's a player.
Current player.
Yeah.
I applaud him because I feel like if you are a current player and you lose the celebrity 3-point contest, you're putting yourself up for ridicule. Now, Jared McCain gets ridicule all the time, and he's like a total, I don't know what. He's like so good about taking any criticism that's thrown his way. It seems to just go off of him like water. But that one, he will get dunked on so hard. Not in a dunk contest. But if he does not win the 3-point contest, it's Caleb Williams, Drewski, Plaqueboy Max. I'm unfamiliar with Plaqueboy Max's work. Nigel Sylvester, Richard Jefferson, and Cam Wilder. What is Plaqueboy? Oh, Plaqueboy Max. I even said his name wrong. I'll tell you what he does.
Does he brush his
he's a
teeth?
streamer.
Okay.
Of course he's a streamer.
All right.
You don't have a name like Plaqueboy Max and not stream.
Mm-hmm.
Jared McCain better win. Better win. Theater Thursday, some movie news from the week. R.I.P. James Van Der Beek. Were you a James Van Der Beek fan, CJ? Were you a Dawson's Creek fan? Yeah, I'm asking a question. I wasn't either. I never.
Which one was Dawson's
never
Creek?
watched it.
Was that I don't want to wait?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, so we were
For whatever reason,
we've talked about
passed me
Dawson's
by.
Creek because we used to tease my brother about it because I think he was in.
You said that was
he
one
was
of his
into
show.
Dawson's Creek, and what's the one where the father ended up being?
That's Seventh Heaven.
Seventh Heaven.
Please don't confuse the two.
Okay.
But people loved Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
Because it was Katie Holmes, it was Michelle Williams, that was their start, and then obviously James Van Der Beek. I actually watched him on some show called Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23. That was an ABC sitcom back in the day that I loved, and he like played a fictionalized version of himself, and he was so funny on that show. But that was my first real acting introduction to him. But
Varsity
he passed
Blues?
away. Yeah,
You
he was
didn't
also
kick it in
Varsity Blues.
That's where I
Yes.
know him from
Yes.
as the star quarterback from
Varsity Blues. He was in, what other movie was he in? The Rules of Attraction, which was another movie that I watched of his. But he
I
passed
don't
away
want your life.
following stage 3 colorectal cancer, which he's been battling for the last couple of years. I saw they set up a GoFundMe, and it has a lot of money so far, but apparently like the medical debt that he's in comes for everybody. And it shocked me that whoever owns Dawson's Creek like wouldn't have helped with that. I mean, I guess it doesn't shock me, but that's like what they should have done.
Yeah, why would you expect people to be good people?
I don't know.
After yesterday's conversation,
Fair.
Why would you expect people to be good people?
Fair.
That's
But I remember,
crazy,
because I remember a part of the story before he passed, maybe like a year or so ago, they did an auction of memorabilia to try to raise money to help his family with the medical bills that he was facing and also the medical debt that they would incur if and when he passed away. And I was like, that's so depressing. Like, here's this uber popular, like a face of a show that meant so much to so many people, that generated so much money and so much viewership. And I would call Dawson's Creek one of the iconic shows of that kind.
Yeah.
Like even me, someone who doesn't watch it or didn't watch it live, never got into it. Like I know what Dawson's Creek is and I know who he is because of it. And I know who Katie Holmes is because of it and Michelle Williams. So yeah, that just bummed me out.
I mean,
he was a cutie.
More importantly than that, like that's a person and that's a family.
Yeah.
Why are we just so content to allow this to be the system we kick it in? Why are we so content to allow a grieving family who's lost somebody to then have the
Be like,
added
shoot.
burden of, hey, y'all got to pay these bills, by the way. All right, come on, man. We could we can do better as Americans, as the citizens of the United States.
I would
we can
think
do better.
so.
We can. Will we? Eventually, but
Maybe
we can do better.
Is your wife making you go see Wuthering Heights this weekend?
She does not want to see it.
Really?
She is not excited about it.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you're marked safe.
Yeah.
Or
marked safe.
Tragedy. I don't know which one it is.
I'm not. I'm trying to find a friend of hers so they can do like a girls' night and go see this movie.
My friends are all going to see it together.
Can she go see it with you? Oh.
No, I'm not here.
She knows your friends. Can she
knows
go see it with them?
Go for it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hit them up.
What
But you
day
said
are
she doesn't
going?
want to see it.
I don't care. What day are they going? She'll sit down. She'll watch that movie.
I think they were going to go tomorrow because tomorrow is Galentine's.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Friday, because Saturday is Valentine's.
Okay. Yeah.
You guys are celebrating.
Yeah.
With your own stuff.
Gosh. I really need her to, although I will say, in my household, she's rewatching Bridgerton from start to finish.
Too.
So
same thing.
Same thing. I've been real busy, so to speak, afterwards.
Ew.
What?
F1's getting a sequel.
Is it?
I could have called that. I mean, it got an Oscar nomination. My God. They absolutely. There's so much. You talk about things that have, opened the third eye. All of the money involved in the actual sport of F1 and then the Apple creation of the movie F1 and everything that comes with it. I got out of that movie, and I think one of the first things I said was, I wonder how long it'll take them to make the sequel of F1. And it's set up in a way that...
To make a sequel?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that Damson Idris is a star in the making. And Brad Pitt just puts his name on anything, and people still go crazy for it. So, F1 sequel. What are they going to do? Call it F2?
F1 Too Fast, Too Furious? F2.
Oh, so it's going to be F2.
Okay. So according
is
to
there
Jacob,
an F3?
According to Jacob, the lower league of F1
there is an F3?
is called F2. The lower league of F2 is called F3. So it could be F1,
we're
F2,
so
F3.
Set.
We are. We're booked. Did you like F1? I can't remember.
I did. I had a good time with it. I didn't think it was an Oscar nominee, but I had fun. I saw it at Summer League in Salt Lake City. And there was some not one of our players, but some player was sitting behind my mom and I when we watched it. And I remember just thinking how cool, this player just came to a movie by himself in the middle of Salt Lake City Summer League. I like you, cinephile. I'm rooting for you. I hope you made a roster. Hope you're making it somewhere. But I did. I enjoyed it. It was a good sports movie, and the racing scenes were sick. From a movie that should be or would be best viewed in theaters, it's one of those because the sound effects, the visuals, you feel like you are in those cars. And I give them, they're crazy, but I think Brad Pitt and Idris did their own driving because Brad Pitt's insane. He was like, I want to be behind the wheel. So they did a lot of their own. So it wasn't even a stunt double thing. They were literally going through those races. I thought the love story was kind of lame. It felt forced. I didn't need it. Could have done without it. Not every sports story needs the plucky woman working in the male-dominated industry who then falls in love with the aging
a-hole of
bad boy star who finds love within himself. But no, it was a good movie. Have you watched anything else recently?
A couple of stand-ups I watched. I watched. I get the Wileys mixed up because it's Marcellus's
sports.
Okay, so this is Marcus D. Wiley.
Okay.
He's a stand-up comedian, one of the best clean stand-up comedians, if you want to throw that caveat in there that we have right now. He's one of the best just comedians overall, clean or otherwise, out right now. I watched his stand-up special. I'm blanking on the name of it. But that is on YouTube. It's a new one. I find him hilarious. He has great takes on relationships, marriage, family life, that type of thing. And as somebody who's in a marriage, those jokes land really, really well for me. Watch Cat Williams' most recent stand-up special. That one is out on Netflix. It's fine. It's all right.
Okay.
Of the two, I enjoyed Wiley's a bit more. I saw him, had a chance to see him. Ali Sadiq, he opens for Ali Sadiq on tour. And when Ali Sadiq was here at the Orpheum last year, I saw Wiley. He's hilarious.
I watched one. You sent me one of his YouTube.
Yes.
Serious months, which was really quite good.
Yeah. So this is same type of jokes. That's the thing about comedians. Once they find their niche, they just execute within that. Cat Williams found his niche. He's executing his jokes within that realm. There are a couple of jokes in there about the Shannon Sharp interview and some of the fallout from that might hit certain people in a particularly funny way. It didn't work for me. It's good. It just wasn't my thing. He does a great job using visuals. So he's got a big screen behind him, and he'll throw random things up there and crack jokes about the thing that is up there. So yeah, those were the two things that I've watched movie-wise.
I think we talked briefly about Send Help last week, which I really enjoyed in theaters. We also watched It Was Just an Accident, which is an Iranian movie up for Best Foreign Film, and I was fascinated by it because it was filmed in Iran without permits. Like, the director of it is banned in Iran, and it's a really interesting take on political prisoners, and it's almost like turns into a Hangover type movie, but it's really serious subject matter, and it's by far not a perfect movie, but the end of it, it's one of those movies that ends in a way that, like, I will never forget the ending of that movie. You know, sometimes movies come and go, and you're like, oh, what did I like about that movie? I remember I liked it. Like, that one, I will, like, think about the end scene for a long time. So I would recommend it. It was good. If you can do movies with subtitles, it meanders a little bit, but I did really, really enjoy it, and I thought it was an interesting take on what happens in Iran. There's, like, one scene, no spoilers, but it involves a woman who's, like, going to give birth, and she shows up at the hospital without her husband, and they're like, I'm sorry, we can't help you. And I'm like, she's about to give birth. Yeah. She's about to, you got to take her back. And, like, a doctor steps in and helps in the situation. But it was just wild. So that's called It Was Just an Accident. And I think you can stream it in a variety of places now. But that'll do it for our final show before the All-Star break. We're going on a bit of an All-Star break ourselves. We are off tomorrow. We will be back as a show on Monday. I'll be back on Wednesday. CJ will hold it down in my absence. We'll see the Memphis Grizzlies represented at All-Star Weekend. A big opportunity for Cedric Coward, Jalen Wells, Cam Spencer. Can't wait to see them participate on Friday. See what else happens All-Star Weekend, what Adam Silver has to say. And we will see you guys later. Have a great rest of your weekend. See you next time. Bye.
Any clue where you're going?
I have no idea.